Hello everybody and welcome back to the Inaugural. We've got our final best of 3 for the group stage. It's Orange Esports versus Scythe, Singapore, and it's, well, Group B action. This is a decider to see where teams will finish. Scythe, they're sitting pretty, they are guaranteed to advance to the playoffs regardless of the result of this match. A win here will put them in first place, 3-0 in the group. A loss will put Orange first place, Scythe in second, both teams advancing onto the playoffs, but for Scythe, they want to go 3-0, and if they beat Orange, Orange will be dropping out, not advancing to the playoffs. Instead, will be Execration going through in second place. So we'll find out just what will go down. It's a best of 3 between these two teams, Orange and Scythe Singapore. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit. Joining me for our last match for the group stage of the Inaugural is once again Mr. Pimp Mukul. How are you doing, Pimp?
Wonderful. Just had a great blast with the interview from Scythe on the start of the stream, and looking forward to have some great Orange against Scythe. And this is going to be a great match, I have to say. I'm expecting a lot from both teams, actually.
Orange are very, for a while they were really slumping and were kind of hit or miss, but all of a sudden this last day or two they've suddenly been playing a bit better. They got a win against Execration. They seem to be on at least a little bit of an upswing, which is good. That's what the team needs, a bit of confidence, a bit of momentum, and going up against a team like Scythe, who I would also say Scythe at times, not the most consistent SEA team, although when they're on, they're one of the best teams in Southeast Asia, possibly the best, you could argue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Like Scythe, if they just play their game, it rocks. Radiant, they kill stuff left, right, and center. They're gonna make the game look completely ridiculous. And if they can't play their game, if you stop them from just doing their strats, from I don't know, banning out the Naga Siren is the first great idea to go up against Scythe.
Yeah.
And this is what we see so far. But yeah, you can't ban out everything. It's always very hard. And if you ban out the Naga Siren, you're going to give them other heroes which are very strong. Although it's very surprising to see for me that the Ember Spirit is going to be the second pick for Orange instead of anything else. And especially that Scythe didn't pick it up themselves and rather went for the Shadow Shaman.
So, have Scythe played much Ember Spirit that you've seen? Because I haven't seen them personally run Ember Spirit.
Not that much. I guess Paulson knows how to just crush people with it, but maybe they don't play him too much.
Orange love it. Ysira's always playing this hero when I see Orange play, with mixed results. I have not actually seen him do that well in Ember Spirit for the most part, but we'll see how he does.
Yeah, I mean, he's usually known for his Invoker, for his TA, actually. That's a very strong hero of him as well. But yeah, we're gonna find out here in just a bit, and that's... I actually like it, if you check how some people play various mid heroes, it's always interesting, these certain shenanigans, some item builds. Sometimes you favor more of the drums build, sometimes you go right into the Battle Fury. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Axe early on in the draft as well. Axe Centaur, this is a manly lineup. As far as lineups go, this is... If they throw in a Wraith King, this is the manliest lineup I've ever seen.
This would be ridiculous. There's no way they're gonna play the Wraith King.
No, probably not.
I'm gonna
man can dream,
a
okay?
shoe and stream myself doing so. Okay, maybe not. That's a bad idea to say. But anyways, yeah, I don't see this.
When
too much melee.
When BTS first had our first tournament world casting, the Gigabyte Dota Masters, which was way back, right after TI1 when we organized our first tournament, I was casting with this guy called Triumph of Man, and he casted with a shoe on his head. Because he was just talking with the viewers during downtime because there was delays. The match was not postponed, but it was just delayed or something. So he promised the viewers he'd cast with his shoe in his head if it didn't start on time or something, and the match didn't start on time. He casted and had a shoe in his head the entire time. It was fantastic. Yeah, that's dedication.
What?
It may not be Scythe with the Wraith King, but looking at the two teams here, we've got some manly heroes.
Yeah. Also, I just looked it up. Scythe, Miracle plays the Ember Spirit for the Scythe team, so he doesn't have the most impressive record, but it's still a 6-4-4. Yeah, so 10 matches, 6 wins. That's all right.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see what Scythe looks to with. Generally you look at Axe, and I think, apart from Alliance run him as that 4-position jungler, but apart from that, most teams seem to run him as a core hero, either the off-lane farming role or as a tri-lane, some kind of tri-lane farming role. But I think Scythe are a team who may also run him as a 4-position hero. It's kind of a niche hero that Freedom may even be playing in that jungle role.
Yeah, that's actually a good call. I'm not sure how they've got one record. I'll look it up real quick very soon. But yeah, it's always this gamble. I mean, what's great about this? You're gonna have a very open draft. You can pick up whatever you need in the last few picks to counter whatever Orange is gonna be picking up. But so far, how do you counter freaking Wraith King? This guy's got 2 lives. He hits like a truck if he's got an item. So
you ignore him. That's the plan. You ignore him. You cut him around. You get 4-staffs. I mean, in theory, Centaur and Axe are both kind of Blink Dagger 4-staff types heroes. Like you see Centaur often go for 4-staff after the Blink Dagger, which you quite likely want to get against the Wraith King, and they go OD. In fact, ooh, that's a hero to beat the Ember Spirit mid, assuming Ember Spirit goes there, and also matches up well against the Wraith King. I mean, talk about 4-staffs and when you cut around a Wraith King, OD's pretty good at that.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I like it, and he's not very likely to pick up a BKB. I mean, usually you go for something like a Mjolnir for an armlet, anything along those lines. But he could also be a support, so this is something what we saw from Fnatic a lot in the XMG draft, you know, Captain's draft.
10 seconds
And
remaining.
I think as a support he's actually pretty legit. Well, we're gonna find out.
5 seconds remaining.
I would say it's a support.
The Axe, yeah.
No, Wraith King.
Reserve
Oh, Wraith
time.
King. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Axe. Okay. I think support Wraith King is pretty legit as well. And I think especially when you have a team that has lots of counters and ways of dealing with Wraith King, you especially don't want to run him as a core hero. Because if you're running him as a core hero and he gets kited around, doesn't do much, then it's,
10
well,
seconds
obviously not good.
remaining.
But if he's a support hero, all he needs to do is throw a few stuns in a fight, die so he gets the AoE slow, and he's done a
Radiant
great
team
job in the
ban.
team fight. And Orange pick up a Rubik now to go with the Wraith King. A good ganking duo, a good support duo if they want to run those as the two supports.
Also, I just got the stats from the one X game that Scythe actually played. It was Hana playing it, so Mr. Quad is going to be most likely playing him.
10
But I'm not too
seconds
sure if he
remaining.
really does, because it was a 1-10
Okay.
and 1 game from him.
Oh, wow.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like they're going to run
Dire
Axe
team
as
ban.
a core hero, just because they've got the OD to be their carry, and Centaur and Axe will be like the two main initiators. So I think they want to get some good farm on the Axe, and sure, you can do that in the jungle, but I think it's safer to just... if they want to pick up a Chen or something, they definitely can, but I think more
10
likely they go
seconds
with like
remaining.
another stable support. That's where like the Disruptors banner by Orange, they're
Radiant
expecting
team
Axe in a
pick.
farming role, it seems.
Actually, how is X mid lane against Ember Spirit? This should work.
Ooh,
Dire
Abaddon.
Oh, you could creep skip. You could go aggro tribe the creep skipping X.
Yeah. We'll see
Oh.
what that's going to be the plan here. Well, not so much creep skip. Not called creep skipping. Creep skipping's a different thing. Not to to nitpick. Tower skipping is, I don't know what it's called, but
Oh yeah.
it was
You're
brought
right.
up. I remember when Syndrome was casting, I think with Toby for the finals, and they'll talk about the Axe doing that. And
10
it's like
seconds
it's not creep
remaining.
skipping. Creep skipping is when you like go past the creep wave to kill the next creep wave, like what Naga
5
Siren kind of
seconds
does
remaining.
with illusions.
Ah, okay. I didn't, but never knew. Jeez.
I don't know. I think I refer to it as tower skipping, but I don't know. Some people probably call it creep skipping. It's all vague. No one really knows what half these terms mean. People still argue about which lane is the short lane and the long lane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's my favorite one. I've been in so many arguments about short lane versus long lane, and oh god, I don't want to go there.
It's because you've got like infinite arguments for
Yeah.
either side. It's like you can counter each and every argument with another argument, and then you've got the counter of the counter, and you know, just hard and easy.
I lost a friend over that argument. Let's just say, so I'm not going there again.
Oh, that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Dude.
it's a touchy topic for a lot of people. Which honestly, no one calls it short and
10
long lane anymore,
seconds
which is
remaining.
fantastic. It's always off lane or hard lane.
5
You can't really call it
seconds
hard lane because
remaining.
often it's not actually that hard. I mean, you can, but people know what you're talking about at least then. But hey,
Might as well go with an offlane. That's
yeah, I like off
everyone knows it. So, yeah.
off lane and well, I don't know. You call it safe lane, but safe lane's not always safe. So
Yeah.
Prepare
Most
for
likely,
battle.
especially with the centaur. I mean, there's a freaking red one in your face.
yeah.
How is that safe, dude? It's gonna crush people. Oh man.
Will be a farming axe. It looks like no tower skipping. Pelosin's going to be heading down bottom with this axe. So we'll introduce our two teams as the teams roll out. It is game one of our best of three, Scythe versus Orange. Winner of this best of three will be advancing into the playoffs in first place of Group B. If Scythe lose, they're still second place, but if Orange lose, they're knocked out of the tournament. We will be seeing on the Radiant side the Singaporean team Scythe. We've got Pelosin playing a safe lane farming axe. It looks like Chibik's going to be on the support Shadow Shaman. We've got Mikasa, or Miracle, of course, playing the Outward Devourer at the mid lane. We've got Quap playing the Centaur in the off lane. And then finally, it's going to be Freedom on the Abaddon playing in what looks to be a potentially dual lane in the off lane. He may just be dropping down a ward, then heading down
30
bottom, though. We'll have
seconds to
to
battle.
wait and see.
Also, regarding Mr. Quab, some people might know him still as Hana, so yeah. He's changing names around like other people change pants, but Happens. Anyways, on the side of Orange, you named it. They had to make some big adjustments here, and so far they're looking kind of okay-ish. On the bottom lane, it's gonna be the Drafter himself, the mastermind behind everything. He's a freaking Quasi on BTS as well. He's Winter, and he's sporting a fancy-looking head, I guess. Well, mid lane, it's gonna be Sharky on the Lich as well as Ysera on the Ember Spirit, certainly one of his stable heroes. Then we've got Derubik from Insidious Sea, and of course Shox on the Wraith King, one position farming top lane.
Okay, so the last pick, Lich, is going to be just looking to deny a lot of farm and XP from the Miracle at the mid lane, it looks. Lich is staying mid. We'll continue to deny here just to help Ysera out in this 1v1 matchup, because it is a very tough matchup. And this is going to be a real pain for OD. I think we may see like early roam or rotations towards this mid lane as a result. Someone like Shadow Shaman may want to come try gank this Lich, but doing so always going to be tricky.
You want to zone out Winter bottom lane, then you can just do something there, maybe. Otherwise, well, Hana's gonna have a good time top lane, I feel like. But
Axe can level his spin before getting the illusions, man. You got to level up that spin. Spinning illusions is ridiculous.
yeah,
Manta style Axe, that's what it's all about.
you know, and it also does full damage. I mean, what the? It's ridiculous.
It's actually pretty cool. It's Manta style not so legit, but illusion runes on Axe are fantastic, especially once you have like if you get like a Vanguard, because your illusions are pretty tanky then, and you can just send them to go jungle and farm on their own. Not to mention just harass heroes pretty hardcore. If they proc spins, heroes will melt.
Yeah, you can completely safely just skip something. I don't know, towers, creeps, how you want to call it, like kill creeps behind the tower. You know, good stuff. And so far, I mean, lanes are working out very nicely, yeah. And Orange, they're looking at a 7 for 2 against OD's 1 and 0. So this mid lane, duo mid, is working out very nicely.
Yeah, Miracle taking a lot of harass. He's going to get bowlers up. The Astral Imprisonment there, potential TP and does get cancelled. There was another Crystal Nova. I think they could have actually got that kill. I don't think Winter realized there was another Lich Nova coming so soon. That short cooldown on the Frost Blast really could have been first blood there, but I think it was probably the safer option not to TP. And meanwhile, Winter taking a lot of damage at bottom. Well, actually, no, not taking a lot of damage. He's getting chased quite far away from his tower, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, Paulson with the spins, obviously, like, and he also put one value point in the Battle Hunger, which is great. So much speed for him. He can just chase all day long if he's got the HP to boot. And so far, well, not picking up too much, but I assume it's gonna be just the usual Trankles into Blink Dagger.
If you want to try to get kills on Winter, it not only gives you the bonus movement speed, but slows Winter as well. So that's going to allow him just to cut the gap and also help out Chivix as far as catching up for his shackles, potentially. So definitely worth getting the one value point. I don't imagine we'll see any more beyond this. The max Battle Hunger build is kind of being phased out, so this will probably be the only Battle Hunger point, probably the entire game, until like level 20 plus.
Yeah. It's just not that much of damage. I mean...
The cooldown change is kind of nice. Is the one thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you could make an argument for this.
But yeah. Right.
Still, everything else is way better.
Right now, Miracle only 3 CS still in this mid lane. He's really struggling. So bottom lane is going pretty well for Scythe, as you'd expect against the offlaner. So it looks like both teams winning one lane. Top lane, I'd say it's a bit of a wash. I don't really give either team a big edge here. Centaur and Wraith King, 10 to 11 CS, not much separating these two. So there's a lot more killing power coming out of Scythe, especially once they hit level 3, level 4, because then you look towards this Centaur just going ham. With the shell on himself, he can do a lot of damage if the shield blows up on Orange with a double edge.
Yeah, and also like bottom lane, this is super ridiculous. Like Polson just creep skipping his way out there, and wow, didn't even catch it. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, Miracle going down. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Polson taking a lot of damage. The tower almost kills him off. Now the trees come out. This could cancel the salve. He needs to tango and through. Oh, he just managed to get past, and the tower aggro not on him. Pelosin gets the full salve there. Winter not managing to cancel that. Came close, but couldn't quite do it.
And this is where you like to see the Abaddon rotating into the X. Because both of them there in one lane equals to that at tier 1. Like, there's nothing Winter can do with it.
Yeah.
Like
at the same time, they've got the tier 1 really low just by some creep skipping here. Like, they don't seem... Like, they'll get this without the Abaddon, and if Abaddon can get some kills at top lane, it'll be well worth his time being up there. Just level 3... Well, I say just level 3. And that's the other thing. With Scythe running dual lanes, it means their support's getting a lot more XP in general. Sharky going to get beat into the bottom rune. Chivix looking for this kill, but here comes your Nature's Prophet with the TP in. Chivix is actually in trouble. He's going to go down for this one. No way out. He almost gets Sharky. He gets him with the illusion. No XP, though. No XP is the big thing there, and that's still a win for Orange, end of the day. Ysera gets the kill, and Shadow Shaman gets a bit of gold, but no XP whatsoever. So well worth it for Orange. It's another win going their way.
Yeah, and also top lane is looking so good for the Centaur. So Hana is going to be inbound for a very quick and early Blink Dagger. And we just saw yesterday in Starlighter what a Blink Dagger can just make or break the game. Like, especially Mushi's Centaur is just completely off the chart. So, yeah, maybe you're going to see a bit of Centaur action. And so far, Centaur is just one of those super stable heroes in 6.8. Wouldn't be too surprised to see him just go ham with the whole game.
That was a bird.
Well, we'll see how Miracle can catch up at this mid lane. He's got an early TP scroll picked up with just some brown boots, so he's not really having much of a fun time at all at mid. And Insidious is even rotated here as well, so it looks like they want to try get another kill. This does leave Wraith King somewhat vulnerable at the top lane, and just level 4, still well away from that reincarnation. He needs to be pretty careful under this tower.
Also, one level in the Mortal Strike is not going to do anything early on. So yeah, that's just like... It's a bit unfortunate. But still, Scythe doing the big works here. Bottom lane, it's gonna be Eggs, level 6 already. Not gonna be putting 1 point in the Killing Blade right now. Now he puts it. Now he can dunk. Now he's ready to go.
Ember Spirit has a TP scroll. I think they may be going to defend this. Here comes your TP. Ember Spirit's going to be leading the way. Does he go for Chivix? It looks like he wants to go for Pelosin. That's going to be a Hex immediately. Pelosin's in trouble. This is a big kill if they can get it. This is a level 6 axe with a lot of farm, and the Ember Spirit's going to get the last hit. Really smart play from Orange. They get the TP scroll on the Ember Spirit. They bring him in now. And meanwhile, top lane, Sox is kind of holding his own against this dual lane. So all in all, Orange with a really nice start here in game 1.
Dire's bottom tower has been
I mean, I'm
denied.
surprised. Orange, they're looking revitalized, and now Sox has to be super careful. Stun onto Hana, but Hana...
He's got a TP support from Rubik, so he should be good. Oh, TP
Wow.
cancelled actually. Shox, I think, needs to just run back to his tier 2,
Dire's top
maybe.
tower
If he gets
is
hit by a
under
hoof stomp,
attack.
he's likely dead. And Centaur's doing the same thing Axe is doing bottom. He's just tower skipping the creep wave. And unfortunately, he's going to be in trouble because here comes your Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's just on a tear right now. Quip gets sprouted up. He's in some trouble. He does get Aphotic shielded. He does a double edge, doing a lot of damage, but Sharky's still alive. Pelosin's trying to chase, gets one chop. With the chop, he's going to get the... Oh, he's got Sharky vision. Sharky trying to turn around, get the last hit. Not going to get... He's not going to go down. The Tango, the bottle regen. That shared bottle from Ysera saves him.
Command!
Dire's top tower is
What a
under
play,
attack.
wonderful. And now
Well played.
Sharky's level 6.
Oh god, that was so good for Orange. They only lose Sox on the Wraith King, but at this point, that's fine. Like, sure, he's their main, their safe lane farmer, but with how well Ember Spirit's doing, it's fantastic. And Ysera's just controlling the tempo of this game. Now they're going in mid lane. Chain Frost being used from Miracle. Wow. He's got no way out. He gets blown to pieces. Ysera now up to level 7 already, and that was with a dual lane mid, so he's got himself plenty of XP in this mid lane.
Orange, wow, just ridiculous early game movement so far, and always finding the pickers. The saving grace though for Scythe is gonna be the Blink Dagger on the Centaur, and he still can't find it too much. Well, he just died. So 1.3k gold in a bank account, but that's not too much. You don't have the interest rate high enough to just support this. So you need to farm a bit more, and so far he can't because he's way too scared. They don't have any sort of vision on the map. Like nothing except from this ward, and that's it.
It feels like they're trying to creep skip in like at bottom and top lane with the getting the creeps behind the tower, and as a result, it's just creating opportunities for Orange to rotate in the Ember Spirit, find these easy kills, and because Scythe only have 2 heroes in either lane with the tower skipping, both are very vulnerable to these ganks. You really need 3 or 4 heroes doing that if you want to be safe.
Yeah, and as soon as Miracle like shows his face in the mid lane, he gets an immediate Frost Blast into his face and is forced to just play a bit more defensive, and this just is... Well, I don't know, like, it's a big problem. If the OD can't snowball, you're pretty much set to win the lane if you pick up this hero, and if you don't, you're gonna have a big problem, and you can't really build up these stacks, you can't really build up the int items, so I feel like this is a bit of an issue. They need to create a lot of space for Miracle.
Yeah. So far this OD pick has not worked out at all. And you look at OD and why you pick him, generally it's because you want him to win his lane for starters, and then go from there, transition to that kind of semi-carry slash utility hero with 4 staffs, mechs, hexes later on. And right now, he's going to be going for what I imagine is going to be a catch-up Midas, but he's so far behind. The first Blink Dagger is online. That's going to come from the Axe, and these Blinks for Axe and Centaur have to create so much space for OD to catch up, and, well, we are going to see Chivix caught out now in the jungle. That's an easy pick-off, but if these Blinks don't find kills for Scythe, they're in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, they need to make stuff happen. Rather sooner than later. I mean, Sharky is a very easy target. He's got Trank stuff, so he's got a bit of armor, but... Oh, maybe they go now. They've got 3 people in the mid lane. They have to go now. There's your Blink Dagger. Sharky gets called, and there's more creeps. They can't just spin to the wind. Can they dunk him up? Lands him right home. Ysera now, grab it to the high ground, and he's good to go, so they get one. But they reveal the Blink Dagger. Now Ysera just TP's out and is ready to go once again very, very soon.
Play it safe. Probably just fine. They lose only a Lich. Unfortunately for Lich, his Chain Frost was like 5 seconds off cooldown. He may have struggled to cast it anyways with the Chain Stun. But, well, it's Quep just getting some space at top lane. So if Hannah can get up that Blink Dagger in the next minute or so, then we have the double Blinks online. And it will get trickier for Orange, because you've got Winter here at bottom lane. He's trying to go for some just pressure of his own. But against Blink Daggers, this is going to get a lot harder to do. He's going to be farming mostly where he feels it's safe.
There's like a 4vs4 incoming.
Yeah.
Stun follows, but
Wraith King's a great frontliner because he's level 6, so he's got the ulti now. Unless he loses the intel from the Astral and Prism, he's gonna get stunned up. Now Miracle in some trouble. Healed up once the shield there as well. Now it looks like Serpentward's having used. They've killed up the Lich, so no Chain Frost in this fight makes it a whole lot easier to fight. Orange gonna clean up some Serpentwards as Scythe have managed to find once again a little pick off to start off the fight. Then they just back off, disengage. Serpent Ward's probably okay to drop to get that kill. Unfortunately, they're feeding away a bit of gold with these Serpent Wards just exposed like that.
Yeah, no damage on the tower just yet. And Paulson can't really find the jump so far. And when all of this stuff happened, Winter bottom lane, he just pulled down the tower to 200 HP. Perfect play from him. So you can't deny it. You can just see it drop as soon as there's any other rotation on the map. The only big thing here about Scythe, of course, they do get 1 kill, which was nice on the Lich, but, well, it's a Lich. Maybe they get the tower rather soon-ish. Nah, I don't think so. But the center finds his blink now, bottom.
They're not getting this tower until the next Serpent Wards, I'd say. Or unless they get like a big team wipe and can just send Axe behind the tower to clear creep waves. But double blinks, I think this is time to smoke, to get aggressive. They need to make use of this lineup of theirs with the Abaddon, combined with these Blink Centaur and Blink Axe. And this is a lot of killing power. At the same time, Orange's game plan is just going to be avoid these clashes. Try and have Winter play safe while split pushing. Force Scythe to constantly have to come back defend with 1 or 2 heroes rather than stick as that strong, scary 4-man unit.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure about X-Freedom's pick of the Abaddon. Never mind, he's not drafting, but yeah. Like, what does an Abaddon give you in this game? So you don't have a lasso, you don't have like a Fiend's Grip or something?
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. I mean, maybe it's... Wow, that was a close one.
It seemed just for the synergy with the Axe/Centaur, or especially the Centaur. The Aphotic Shield plus Double Edge, but... I don't know.
Ooh, CR's in this. They see him though, they've got a very well-timed counter ward anyways. They still go and they pull him back, and this can be a big thing. If Miracle dies here, perfect heals, and still he goes down.
Doesn't get to use his Midas even. Pelosi now shows up, does have a Blink Dagger, but I don't think you want to blink into this.
No, you're dead if you do that.
That's a nice stun bait, but right now Wraith King actually pretty low on mana, so forcing out a stun like that to you, or not even forcing out, but baiting it out, pretty nice play. As top lane though, Scythe are going for the tower trade, so this is much needed gold into Scythe's pockets, especially for their OD. Who's level 8, hasn't got to use his Midas. This is essentially like a 13-minute Midas by the time he uses it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a sweet clip though. So Miracle can just deny the tower if there is not some ridiculous micro coming in from Winter. Oh, everyone wants it. Come on!
Miracle wasn't having that.
Has been denied.
Winter gonna now TP his way back to the jungle and be on his way.
Still a bit of map control lost, and so far with the movement Orange are doing, like I feel like this still favors Orange even though they got the deny. Because they are just gonna be rotating so much in the enemy's jungle, because where does the OD farm? Like he can't farm mid, there's like 5 heroes constantly there, now he's trying to farm bottom, but there is no tower anymore, so if he gets caught out, he's dead. He's got no force to speak of.
Beat forward. They've got the Blink Hope Storm followed by Blink Call! Oh, Orange Esports, 3 heroes caught up. The Chop actually going to come finally, going to catch up the Ember Spirit. This is the thing, Orange Esports, if the game continued at the tempo it was doing, they're fantastic. They're looking great, but as soon as catch-ups like that happen, Scythe will start to snowball. That's 3 easy kills with the Blink Daggers and a T1 tower to follow. Really nice play, and this is more space created for Miracle to farm on his OD at bottom lane.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. Now they're gonna get the tier 1. This opens up the whole mid lane. Finally, there's not like 5 people mid lane just chilling.
He's got 3k gold! He's level 11 with 3k gold. Do you just rush an Ags here, or...? I almost feel like you do. You can get like a 16-minute Academ Scepter if you want.
You can do whatever. I don't even know.
I don't know what else you'd buy. Like, Force Staff's okay-ish. Blade Mail's not a bad option, but... Even a Vanguard, like, it's still pretty early days, but I think Point Booster, let's do it. Oh, he goes Vanguard.
No, unfortunately.
Sad.
I would have liked the Shivas.
I think Shivas, you don't need the Shivas this early, though, really.
Yeah, I guess. You're right. No one deals. Although, actually, against low attack speed, it's even more ridiculous.
Yeah. As far as having the bonus armor goes, like, most of the damage being dealt from Orange right now is all magic damage. Like the Searing Chains, the Flame Guard, Lich Chain Frost, Wraith King stuns. Like it's I'd say 80% 90% magic damage.
Oh, pulse on. Such a super aggressive Blink. Wants to find on Winter. Not gonna be having him though. So it's a TP Force though. It's a win. That's it.
Sox has gone for the Blink Wraith King build that we've seen a lot of as of late. He did play the safe lane farmer, but he's more kind of their initiator, semi-carry. Kind of going to play that kind of Slatter-esque role in this game, with the Ember Spirit and Prophet acting as kind of your two other semi-carries. So it's really like a true three-core lineup. Neither of those three heroes is going to be like the main carry even.
Oh, they're going to be finding someone. Pulse on.
Chivix is... Oh, talk me Chivix. Loose instead. He gets off a call, but he's taking a lot of damage here. Now the Stampede being used, he needs to get out, will do so. Freedom shows up to keep him alive, and now they're going to get the first kill. That's going to be a dead Rubik. Chainfrost not bouncing at all. Quep's still alive, just barely. Wraith King going to get one more stun off. Quep barely staying alive. He won't have another chance for another shield, but now Pelosin's gone in. He's chopped one. He's brought down the Lich. He wants Winter as well. Winter not managed to drop Miracle. Miracle with that movement speed stays alive, and Winter now should be dead. Pelosin, chop. Gets himself another kill. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, it looks like Ysera trying to finish off the Shaman. Will do so with one more side of fist. Shox is still fighting. Has he got the reincarnation? You bet he does. Who's he actually going to go in with this one? Pelosin chops. He's still got Ysera. Maybe Ysera's completely out of mana. Pelosin's going to be a bit careful here. Two hero call coming out now. Shox taking a lot of damage. The shields as well as the death cores are there, keeping Pelosin nice and healthy. He's stunned up. It looks like who's he going to go for? He can get either of these two heroes depending on which one he wants. The blink does come out from Sox. Oh, he's got to chase now. TP out from Ember Spirit. He leaves a fire and he TPs, so Pelosin should get this kill pretty easy. As a third dunk comes through, Pelosin just cleans up. He's got a Blade Mail suddenly. This is such a big Axe. Axe is bringing the pain. Ember Spirit now going to come back to this fight. Oh, he's going to get Abaddon. Doesn't have the borrowed time, and Pelosin needs to be a bit careful. He's got no blink. He's got no escape. He needs to get this dunk on Insidious. He gets one spin. He gets another. He can't find the dunk though. Sprouted out. Now Pelosin in trouble. He's going to be brought down. That's 800 gold for Rubik. The counter dunks. This Rubik dunk steals. Is there no animation for Rubik dunking? Because I couldn't really see anything.
There is none.
I just hear it
right away. Yeah.
It took me a while to realize. I was like, wait, why am I hearing a dunk noise? I'm like, oh, Rubik got it. Yeah, it's laggy.
Yeah, it's really lagging.
Can't see Remnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's suddenly gotten really bad. Like that last 30 seconds. Hashtag SEA servers.
Yeah, there's no day on Reddit you don't see either CA servers being flamed or casters.
E-Club, please disband. Well, Miracle gets scouted up by the Lich here, but looks like he'll be left alone for the time being. Miracle got a I don't think he actually died in that fight at all. He stayed alive and gets his Treads Midas, most of a 4-staff now as well. So this is really good news. Not to mention he's hitting level 11. So this Midas has done work to help catch him up as far as levels go. His 4-staff will be online soon. So end of the day, like Miracle had a miserable start, but he's back in the game now.
Yeah, on the back of some sensational eggs play actually. So his team, they created a lot of space, especially the eggs, just, being an eggs, killing people left, right, and center. And so
yeah.
We actually got a game on our hand. It's 11 for 12. The gold rush should be looking... Yeah, it's still rather even. I mean, 3k gold lead is not bad, but it's not that ridiculously high anyway, so that's completely fine. Experience is very...
I definitely give the slight edge towards Scythe. Like, I think their team fight is so much scarier, and I think they scale pretty well towards the late game. They're going to have... I think heroes like Lich just going to fade off a bit. The Chainfrost... Honestly, I feel like Chainfrost is just an underwhelming ulti. Like, everyone talks about it as one of those big AoE ultis, but it's never that scary. Oh, this is the dunk. What's this lag? I don't even hear the fail dunk. Did he? No, he didn't get the dunk.
No,
the dunk was failed.
If the dunk is missed, you don't hear it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought there was meant to be like some animation or sound, or is it just nothing at all?
There was an animation. He was trying to dunk.
Yeah, the fail dunk.
Yeah, but servers are...
I feel like X needs to have something for when he fails a dunk. Like Kunkka has his "that was a fail boat" line. X needs something for dunks.
No, X is too manly for this. It's like, didn't happen.
Move on.
All
intended.
Yeah. Radiant's top tower is under
Kunkka's too much of a gentleman. I don't know about gentleman. He's a little lady man. Sox at top lane. He's actually caught out. He's got no way out of this one. Without reincarnation, that, what, 5-minute-ish cooldown at level 1, and gets punished for that.
Wow, it's actually really, really freaking long. I never expected this. 260 seconds.
4 minutes and 20 seconds, yeah.
Wow.
Is that... Yeah, that sounds right.
That's Naga Siren ultimate territory. Wow.
Oh, no, way worse than Naga Siren. Naga Siren's 180.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This is almost 100 seconds
It just
longer.
ages. It's like you pop it once, and then you can just go AFK farm for like a week.
I'm not a big fan of how it scales. Like, I think the level 1 ulti, it's not even like that game-changing of an ulti, like that early in the game. Like, so often you just die a second time. So I'm surprised it has such a long level 1 cooldown, but it gets fantastic with the 60-second cooldown.
And Shock's electing to not go for the level 2 ultimate on this early element. So rather level 2 Vampiric Aura coming out.
Wraith King. Okay. Oh, wow, that's... I think he didn't think his ulti would be on cooldown. He thought he'd be level 12 by the time his ulti came up again. That's his reasoning there. If he hit level 12, because there's no point leveling it up if it's on cooldown anyways, because it doesn't actually fix the cooldown. But unfortunately, he hasn't found the XP to actually hit level 12 yet. So he doesn't want to die right now. If he dies before he hits level 12 and gets another point, that's a big problem for him.
Yeah, that's actually a really big deal. I have to say, and look at this, like, is server lagging?
Yeah, it's lagging.
So it's dead. I guess someone got a pause. Shit.
Did you disconnect?
I'm
still in.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Ball's coming out. Whew! Alright. Yeah, that was weird. That was bad. I don't know. Hopefully things sort itself out. This is also, like, it's like 10 PM at night there. This should be, like, it's not peak time for Southeast Asia by any means.
People should be, like, not playing anymore. I guess
people should be watching Star Ladder.
Yeah, seriously.
I think it's a break. I think there's like a 1 hour 30-minute break before the final series. Although there are some interviews going on. It looks like one of the MV March is being interviewed now. So it's good there's some downtime because there hasn't been that much time for actually talking to some of the players. So some of that's going on. But for those of you enjoying some of the inaugural matches, or at least the slideshow that is the inaugural, big thanks for tuning in. This has been a good match so far. Scythe always fun to watch. Like Scythe to me are like up there with RRQ as far as entertaining SEA teams go. They do cool drafts. I mean, maybe less so when they pick up your Naga Sirens from Miracle.
Yeah, you know.
But even then, like they pick up a Naga Siren, but then Freedom always plays these like wacky support heroes. Like he'll play a Skyreth Mage. He'll play all kinds of weird support roles. So. Freedom, definitely one of the more flexible supports, all going way back to the Zenith days when he was playing support.
Yeah, Freedom is really freaking solid, I have to say. Like, this guy always delivers. It doesn't matter if his team's behind, if you're crushing, he's always high up there. And, well, so far, 1-1-7, this is exactly Mr. Freedom himself.
He's normally up there. I've seen him flop as well. Like, I remember one game, I think he was a support Tusk and did absolutely nothing the entire game. Like, every now and then, like, they'll try to draft something too cute and do nothing, but...
You know, happens to the best. Sometimes you play Ember, and you're the prodigy, you're Arteezy himself, and you just feed.
Look, man. He's just showing off his support capabilities. Everyone always... He's like, look, guys, I'm tired of being typecasted as a solo mid/carry player. I'm going to show everyone that I can support as well.
Was okay in the end, but here we are back in the game. Finally, we're actually going.
No, accept you're on Pelosin. This is making me sad. Oh, he's got the blink all. Oh dear, the Stampede to follow. That's definitely a dead Rubik. Surfboards get dropped on the high ground as well, and... Splat. Okay, so not just me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wraith Fire Blast coming out. Unfortunate for both the two teams. It makes it hard to... Especially for the defenders, because they're the ones who have to coordinate their initiation. For Scythe, they're looking to just kind of siege from the low ground. But there's... Oh, nice blink out. Sox gets the disengagement now. They're going to throw a Wraith Fire Blast on Pelosin. Pelosin taking a lot of damage. Immediate shield off. This is where the Abaddon pick... This is like a Rock's Kiss kind of draft here, where anyone gets initiated when you're pushing. Immediate shield, heals, everything to sustain him. The Urn's there as well for extra heals, although he's run out of charges now. But they back off. They get the tower down to 300-ish HP, which is a victory in the end for Scythe. Even if they don't actually get the tower, they don't get Raxes. They didn't even have a mech for this. Freedom's going to have a mech at 150 gold, and then pushing gets so much easier.
Yeah, that's actually a really big deal. Like, if Freedom gets up his mech, this just means a bit more armor, and especially the burst healing is so huge. There's going to be a Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through. You just mech it right up, and you just don't care about it, and that's a big deal.
I worry for Orange. These pushes coming in are going to be hard to deal with. There'll be a mech, probably a pipe as well coming on Centaur. He's sitting on 1900 gold, has most of that if he wants to buy it, at least for the hood. And, well, Chibix not only has his blink, but he's got 2.7k gold. We may see, an Ag Scepter if they want to go, if they want that high ground sieging, extra damage output, could go for the Ags. Or otherwise he goes for some more utility, gets a Full Staff or a Yule Scepter or something. Plenty of options here for Scythe. Yeah.
Actually, Chibi likes his Dagon. Sometimes he just picks
on
it
Shadow
up
Shaman though?
I didn't see it yet. Well, it should be. I don't know. He was a carry player once.
Yeah.
Like back in Fuzzy Party, he was.
Yeah, he played carry as well as some mid, I believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Come to me.
We'll see what the plan's going to be. Peloson's made his way top lane, looking maybe for an engagement here on Ysera. He probably needs one hero to back him up, but he may just go... He may just blink in just to push back this lane. He's going to blink in. Actually, with a Blade Mail, that would have been close, but... now the Blade Mail also had Chipix following up with a TP, so he had the Blink Hex there, if he did catch him out with the Blink Call. So he escaped with the Fire Element just in time. That was actually really close. If Axe was up there just a second or two sooner, it could have gone differently.
Yeah, that was really clutch. So Ysera, he's gonna have a Battlefield up at a very reasonable time. After a, well, I would say it's a good start, 8 for 1.
Oh, yeah.
But looking at the CS, even though he won lane, well, he
I
won
think
the
this
lane.
is standard Ember Spirit CS though. Like,
Yeah.
he's been roaming rather than CSing, and that's
Yeah,
what
that's right.
that's what you want your Ember Spirit doing. I think often at like 20 minutes in the game, your Ember Spirit may have less CS than like a lot of heroes on the map, but that's like that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's actually a really good call, I have to say. And now Winter Necrobook 3 up, they get their items, but they still need Ember Spirit to finish up the Reference. It is now in the
Dyer's top
career.
tower is
So
under
they gotta be
Finding
good to
this
go
will be
with
tricky.
Battlefield.
And OD can... His orb does pretty big damage to the Necrobooks if he wants to just clear him out.
Dyer's
So you
middle
kind of have to
tower
worry about
is
it as well. And
under
OD with the Abaddon behind him to heal him up can just take out those Necrobooks if he wants to.
They got no charges on the urn though, so that's a bit of a pity. So
Yep. We'll
Rather
see what Axe can
defensive.
do about that. This Axe will help him out, I'm
Dyer's
sure.
middle tower has
oh yeah,
fallen.
definitely.
Close on
Although
side,
here
got your
comes
back.
the Redding, Winter. Not summoning his Necrobook minions because he doesn't see anyone top lane so far. Now he sees him. Now he can
He
go
also
for it,
realizes
actually.
he may need the Necrobook for a team fight at top to defend. Like, that Necrobook is
that's
actually
right.
a pretty big team fight item at this stage of the game. If you can mana burn this Abaddon or something, get rid of all his mana, it makes it... Even the Centaur, he's sitting on a very small mana pool.
And there is... Wait a second, how many Arcane Boosts? There's double Arcane Boosts up, so that's actually
Yeah.
good. But
That
still,
is.
yeah.
Any little bit helps. Winter now actually going to TP top to maybe try and work on that tier 1 tower. Blueston does get stunned, doesn't dodge this one, but immediately shielded off. His Shiver's Gun, I believe, flying out on the courier now as well. Surfmourts get dropped, and defending these Raxes, I don't know what the plan is for Orange. They've got to just fully commit to this one. It looks like Soct is going to be on the front lines trying to take out some
Dyer's
Surfboards.
structures are fortified.
He has to be really careful that he doesn't get too burned from the OD. Now he
yeah.
goes, Chibi.
One more in prison, he's lost his mana pool. Oh, he gets dunked. Just gets the reincarnation off. They
That's
the double dunk. Peloson's not done. He gets the Shiver's Guard arriving now as well. I think he's going to get shocks maybe for a second time. They just work on the Raxus now. Another Astral Imprisonment. Peloson wants to go forward. He wants this dunk. He's got no call though. Shocks is getting low.
Dyer's top barracks
Not low enough.
has
There's your
fallen.
Hoofstop double edge to follow. Down goes Shocks. Battle Fury. Oh, he's got the Battle Fury. The Cleaver is going through. Does a decent amount of damage, but they've lost the melee Rax. And
Radiant's
meanwhile,
top
Winter
tower
gets a
has
tier 1 top
fallen.
tower. Did use the Necrobook for that, it looks like, but not really the best hold for Orange. But at the same time, I don't know what more they could have done there.
Yeah, that's just very hard to play in there. I mean, Eggs is... People just don't like the tank. But look at this guy. He's got 1.6k. He's got 30-something armor, 31. He's got a Shivas, he's got a Blade Man, he's got a Vanguard. He's got every tanky item in the book, most likely. So if he finishes up a hard now, I don't even know if you need to go hard. This would be overkill. Like, you can't kill him anyways, so... I don't know. You can just go... Dagon. No, seriously. You can actually pick up a Mjolnir. This would be super cute. Like, blink in, Mjolnir up, and then just go kill it.
I think it's a very viable item for sure.
It is, seriously.
You do so, and you actually start. You can because the thing you lock people down with your Berserker's call to attack, so you can actually do decent right-click damage with the extra attack speed. Not just the Mjolnir procs, but also just the Maelstrom Chain Lightning procs also do decent damage because you're actually attacking relatively fast. So I think Mjolnir is a definitely viable item for Axe at this stage, considering how farmed he is.
It is legit, I have to say.
We'll see what he
Although I
gets.
would usually prefer some other semi-carry like a Mirana just putting it on him, but still,
Yeah.
if you get it up, why not you? He's farmed.
And, well, Sox, he's got working on an armlet. I think he, like 100 or 200 gold short. I think he just wants to buy it before this push. Having buyback here is just a losing fight. Like, you're buying back to hold on. I don't think that you're holding into this game. Shadow Shaman blinks forward. He's going to try ward the high ground. This ward, that's not... that's such an obvious ward. Back in Dota 1, you could do that undetected. Dota 2, like, I see... I've never figured out how to do it, and most players don't know. I don't think there is a way you can ward the enemy base without it being really scouted. The problem is these Ziggurat / Moonwall buildings always scout you out. In Dota 1, they didn't actually give low ground vision for whatever reason.
I think there was a side blocker as well, some weird interactions. And also, like, if it's night, you can still do it at certain points, like we see it here. there is still some way. Because
Yeah.
there's no Ziggurat, but
Well, I think
still.
if you kill the Ziggurat, you can do it. That's the main... Yeah, at the top lane, there is no
Oh
Ziggurat.
yeah, right.
It's the
There was
Ziggurat
one.
that give the vision. So I guess if there's no Ziggurat there, you can do it. I'm not sure.
Still
I'm not entirely
very weird.
sure.
Though.
I'll spend an hour or
No
so
shocks.
testing one day.
Well, this is just very hard to push into. I feel like.
Dire's
How can they go for the
bottom tower
Spolson?
has
Oh,
fallen.
He's got ulti at least
finds
now.
him.
Oh, there's one chop. Axe brings down the Rubik. Chainfrost is going to bounce around, but the pipe is there to block a lot of this damage. Axe is just so fast. That movement speed is just ridiculous with the ulti in play, and now they're going to get bottom Raxes. This is looking like it's all over. The Necrobook's coming in, but Winter just unable to do too much with those. Just going to watch his bottom Raxes fall as both melee and ranged go down.
Dire's bottom barracks.
There were no
has
big
fallen.
leads, and now he jumps in once again. He finds Ysera. He's gonna dunk him up in just a few more seconds. Ysera dropping low. He needs to find a bit more Paulson. Oh, there goes your dunk. He slams him right over. Makes freedom with the heals, and no one is gonna be dying just there. Nope, absolutely no one.
Yep.
That's it. Like 2 lanes and a dunk. Oh, Forster.
Miracle may be in some trouble. He's got self-destruction now. Now Pelosa goes in to help him out. Shox has no reincarnation. It looks like Miracle going to stay alive for now. Winter wants him, but he gets hexed up when he goes in. Nice Searing Chains. Going to catch out a couple of these heroes. Miracle's still in some trouble. He drops the bomb. Sanity's Eclipse gets dropped down. He now another defensive Astral. Going to save his life from the Sleight of Fist, it looks like. Miracle in some nice plays there, keeping himself alive. They don't get any kills on Orange, but the main thing is they get out without a single casualty. Orange just can't kill a single hero. This Abaddon pick, I mean, we both kind of, I don't know if we questioned it, but it was always, it looked like it wasn't doing much in the early game, and I think we were right that it wasn't doing much in the early game, but its impact in these pushes is huge. This is the key hero in this draft, it feels like.
Yeah, apparently. Like, you don't have the best tower pushing abilities. I mean, you've got the OD, which doesn't do anything on the towers usually. Egg's not the best right clicker. Centaur, same story, different chapter. So what do you really have? You've got a crap ton of sustain, so you, even though you don't do damage to the towers, you just nibble away at them. And eventually you're gonna have them, so that's pretty big.
Okay, well, let's see what the plan's going to be. It looks like Scythe just want to go for the next lane of Raxus here. The Ag Scepter just giving this Serpent Ward so much killing power. They're going to make a pit stop by Roche. I guess why not? They've got top and bottom lane. At least 3 of the 4 Raxes in those 2 lanes, including both melee Raxes. So they'll go into the Roshan pit. Serpent Wards, maybe not even going to be used here. If they can save the Serpent Wards, it means as soon as they get the Aegis, they can push this last lane of Raxes in the mid. And it looks like they will save those Serpent Wards for that.
Yeah, a little bit of PvE from time to time. It's great. Miracle can tell you a story of this one, and this just means Aegis. But who do you give it? Like Miracle? I guess.
I don't... Yeah, I guess. I don't think it matters, really.
Yeah.
Like, you could argue anyone here. Axe is kind of manning up in the front lines, but he's got Abaddon protecting. I think Centaur may have been good, but this Centaur's got 1800 HP with a pipe, so... I don't even... None of the heroes need it, but all the heroes can theoretically use it, is I guess how I'd put it.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, and this is pretty much game here. I mean, there is nothing they can do.
Oh, yeah,
It's almost
this-
weakness, but
They have to go all in for this with like mass buybacks, and maybe they hold, but either way they're going to lose this tier 3 tower. Probably the Rax as well. The Serpent Wards are still not being dealt with, so these will just keep whittling away at these Raxes. And there they go, they're going to micro into the melee Rax. One Sleight of Fist through, and Shox is now going to go down. He does have the reincarnation, will respawn shortly. Meanwhile, it was the OD as well as the Centaur on the front lanes. Chainfrost's going to go bouncing through. Shox just blinks backwards. He's on a fight, and that's the melee Rax down. That's GG. With their base in tatters, there's no way back.
and the dunks coming out. Just casual dunks, you know, from time to time. You got to dunk your way in there, and they're even farming fountain now.
Radiant's top
They just
tower is under attack.
I've got enough.
Big axe plays from Pelosin, gotta say. He's
Yeah.
Dire's middle
been
tower
the
is
I
under
don't know about the MVP, but he's been the big playmaker for this team. Him and Freedom, they were the ones kind of just dominating the mid throughout the mid to late game, creating the space that OD needed to catch up on items. At the same time, I feel like this OD, even if OD never caught up on items, it wouldn't have mattered too much. This OD just made some clutch plays using the Astral Imprisonments, often baited Orange in when they tried to kill him. He was more about just the Astral Imprisonment usage than his actual damage output.
I have to say, impressive. I wouldn't have thought that the OD would even like do anything in the mid stage of the game, but yeah, you mentioned it, like clutch Astrals, and that's all it took.
Yeah, I feel like it was just another way, like, you look at this Scythe team, and it was already about sustain, like, keeping Axe and Center alive with the Abaddon, and something we didn't talk about really, I mean, even see that much of, was, like, OD Astral Imprisonment's another way to keep these heroes alive, so I feel like OD could have been any hero, but the fact he has Astral Imprisonments just meant more sustainability, more hard-to-kill heroes. But really, I think Miracle was a pretty low impact this game, but that's because they put so much effort into shutting him down that the Axe got the fast blink, and the center as well in the off lane. So it worked out in the end, despite your serious effort in kind of controlling the mid game with a few ganks. It just wasn't enough from Orange Esports.
Yeah, still was a good game, especially early game. Orange kind of trying to run away. In the end, didn't work out. Still impressive showing after the shaky performances in the last week. That's more of an Orange squad we all know and like to see.
Yeah. Well, you guys have been watching the inaugural. This is Group B, the final group stage match between Orange Esports and Scythe. That was game 1 of a best of 3. We're going to take a quick break. Then myself, Gods, as well as my co-caster, Pimp Mooka, will be coming back. Game number 2 coming up shortly. Don't go anywhere.